Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Today is a special Wednesday, but it's also a special day for me. I would like to dedicate this afternoon's program to my auntie, Asia, who was also an actress. And auntie, este es para ti. Un beso allá donde estés. Hello, Sebastiano. So we are going to be waiting for our guest to connect and start our interview of today. I can assure you that, hello Manuel, what happened? I can assure you that today's interview is going to be very, very creative because it's part of his job. And I am sure that all of you will be enjoying this interview as much as I am going to be enjoying it, giving the interview and asking the questions. So here he is. We are going to invite him. And ciao.
Ciao.
Hello, how are you?
I'm really well, Yassmine. You? All good?
Not bad, not bad. Let me
Nice.
check if my volume is up to the top. Okay, now it's perfect. Hey, I like your background. I mean, very
The setup.
graphic and very nice.
That is my mom design, actually. My mom's house in Puglia, South Italy. So she loves the interior design of her house. She's really proud of it. And she said,
yeah.
okay, just go that corner, use that corner. It'll be nice.
Well, of course. Well, we'll tell her no, that it's a very thumbs up for the corner. It's a very lovely corner.
I will. Thank you so much, Yassmine. And thank you so much for having me on your podcast.
Oh, please. It's been quite a bit. I wanted to interview you. It's just that, well, as I said, it's funny how sometimes when you decide to do something just out of the top of your head without even thinking about it, and sometimes those ideas are the best ideas and the ones that go into years and years in future. But I mean, it just came out and that's how it is. It's just that it's great. So
that's nice.
Since there's a lot that I want to ask, I would just love to start now, if you don't mind.
Please, let's go. Let's deep in.
Okay. Let's sink in. Good afternoon to all, and welcome again to Tell Me Over Coffee. Today is a special Wednesday's coffee, and our guest of today was born in Vigevano, province of Pavia, in the region of Lombardia, Italy, before moving to the south. At the age of 20, he left Puglia, Italia, and went to study at the School of Cinema in Rome, acting and directing, and subsequently at the Actor Center in London. In 2019, he completed his accredited ICF diploma in life coaching at the Anima Center for Coaching in London. Our guest is not only an actor, he is also a writer, a film director, a producer, a creative director, and a life coach with passion for poetry and photography. He has worked alongside with many talented directors such as Paul Feig in the movie Spy, Mandy Fletcher in the movie Patrick, Angelo Longoni in the movie Tiberio Mitri, The Champion and the Miss, Luca Lucchini in the movie Just Married, Enrico Oldoini.
That's correct. Oldoini, yeah, that's correct.
In the TV series Il Giudice Mastrangelo, Jordan Scott and Peter Thwaites in the worldwide campaign for Martini and Rossi, because I remember Martini Rossi. It's Martini and Rossi, produced by Gorgeous Film and RSA Film. Alessandro Daltri on several campaigns for major brands such as Telecom, Dreher Team, and Repubblica. He also featured, directed, and produced LITVC Want to Be Seen short film. He loves writing. His first book, My Life on a Cactus. I love the title.
The title.
It's quite throwing your mind out.
Yeah.
A collection of 32 poems and a monologue for theater was published in 2008 by Casa Editrice Giuseppe La Terza e Figli. His passion for theater made him write and direct I Will Not Go Down From Here, an extract from his book, which won the Theater Award in Naples at the Naples Cultural Classic. His point of view as a director emerged from being on both sides of the camera. And in 2014, he relocated to London and joined Najma Bhatti at 455 Ltd, their creative agency, where his skills in writing and co-directing have created a great symbiosis. His works, he has worked along with Najma at their creative agency in projects such as Div Dubai Film Festival in 2016, which won the Gold at the Muse Creative Awards, the TVC Bleu de Chanel in advertising, which won Platinum at the Hermes Creative Award, Lana Del Rey's advert Honeymoon, the last campaign for Boots, number 7 serum, alongside the BAFTA award-winning director Tom Harper, starring prima ballerina Alessandra Ferri. Okay, I don't know how you pronounce your name because sometimes I see it with a J and sometimes I just see it with an I. So I'm just gonna say
yeah, that's correct. Because I that's the J that you see, Yasmine, is for SEO purposes, meaning because if you write it with YURI on research on Google, it comes up, of course, really famous Yuri from the past as well, like Yuri Gagarin, Yuri Geller. And so I had to find out my artistic name, my stage name, I use all the time. My creative name is like YURJ.
Okay.
And that comes out, if you write that down, you don't need even the surname. It comes out straight up on the SEO research. So you have to be, nowadays with all this technology, you have to be sometimes kind of clever enough to move things around to make it work the way you like to. And so I've changed that, swapped like using like more the artistic name on that purpose of reaching.
Okay. Okay, so Yuri Buzzi. Buzzi?
Yeah, Buzzi. That's right. That's really north, the Italian name. That's really an Italian surname. Yeah, really northern. Yeah.
Okay, so Yuri Buzzi, welcome.
Thank you so much, Yasmine.
Well, see, you should have a name like mine. Mine's my name and my family name, so it's just me who's there. No one else.
That's lovely, though, and it matches perfectly. Yassmine Othman.
Yeah, it does.
That's perfect.
It does. Thank you. So, firstly, as I said, you just cleared it all out. My first question was, which one is correct, the J or the I? But now I want to know, it's just a marketing purpose. It's J, so everyone recognizes Yuri first.
Yuri, that's correct.
Whatever other Yuri who can come up and maybe he's I don't know, a Russian guy. Oh, that doesn't look like him. Okay, now let's get into this. How did it all start? Is there anyone in your family who was part of the business?
No, not at all. Actually, my mom, my situation when I was in my youth was a bit tricky because my mom got married again. She got separate divorced and we moved from the North Italy to the South. And I was like really a kiddo by then. I was like in my 6, 7 years old. And then I moved to South Italy. And then I grew up part in South Italy in Puglia, in a small town. And I did my, I started my diploma in accountant, as an accountant. I finished it. And then after that, I had to start university. And then I started my bachelor in law. And after 9 exams, there were, at the time, were like 21 exams to complete the course. After 9 exams, there was like, I remember it was the 2000, was a lot of things going on. My grandparents both died, and they were like parents for me because I grew up with them. And then the period was like, okay, no, I don't want to be a lawyer. I want to do something that I wanted to follow my dream to become an international actor. Okay. So I quit university in Bari, and I said, Mom, I'm going to Rome. I want to study School of Cinema. I want to be an actor. She's an actor. That's not going to be a job, is it? I said, well, I'll try to make it a job. But she was really, she still is really, really powerful, supporting me. She's like, it's fine. Just go for it. If you like it, if was that what you want, that is your passion, just go for it. And then I moved, Yassmine, from the south to Rome. And I started School of Cinema. That is how all started. And
are you an only child?
Yeah, I've got a sister, half sister, same mother, different father. Okay. But we are, yeah, she's my sister. We live together in London, actually.
Oh, that's cool. Is she into the creative business too?
No, she's completely not another sector. She's more into hotel business.
Okay.
So something more based on something more concrete at the appearance. And because, I
mean, nowadays, Yuri, just mention anything which is more concrete. Not nowadays. Nowadays, everything's very, how would you say?
Fluctual.
Yeah, fluctual. Very fluctual. You're here today and tomorrow you're there. And so there's nothing fixed today. It's not, that has changed. So you left home quite young. And I can imagine, I mean, because your sister, she's younger than you. So I can imagine that for your mom, and plus it's the Italian mama.
Yeah.
And for the Italian mama to say, ciao mama, I'm going. It's just like, what? Where are you going? I mean, I'm supposed to be going anywhere. So you did say, you did have, obviously at the beginning, she could really not believe this as a job because it's not considered a job. But, and she has always supported you.
Yeah, she has always been, close by.
But do you think that your grandparents also played a very big role in supporting? Because I am sure that your grandparents supported you long before your mom ever thought of supporting you. So I think you already had half of the job done by saying, okay, no, now please talk to mama because I have to go and done.
No, they supported me, Yassmine, in the way of supporting my values, the way of literally grounding me on the floor, just that, giving me that sense of ground and being supported by my value. That I've discovered how important are those values to actually to enjoy any kind of career and to push further in your career. So I'm really grateful to my grandparents because of that. Really strong and nice values. Yeah, definitely.
So you have worked as an actor, as a director, writer, life coach, etc. Which of all these fulfills you the most and why?
I would say, Yassmine, all of them. It fulfills me the fact, because, when we are in our 20s, and even the way actually it looked like society was going to, it was more kind of, this kind of big pressure of what do you do, who you are. It's like, tell me one thing that makes you happy, one thing. And actually, I'm happy because I've discovered, and I can proudly say that it's not only one thing, but are different things, different purposes that I have in my life, different talents that I've discovered. So I would say what fulfills me the most is the discovery and unleashing my passions, which is I'm not YURI BUZZI and even other people, I'm sure other talents and other actors. I was having a chat with a good friend of mine, an Italian actor from Rome, Andrea Garofalo, that came here to visit me last week. And we were saying, a few years ago, we were talking, I was telling him, you're not just an actor. You're a lot of things. In fact, he started a production company in Italy and is going really well. So he's also a producer, because sometimes we cripple. We want to stay in a kind of box that society tells us, oh, what are you? You are a doctor, or you are just this. No, I'm fulfilled when I've discovered that I can be a life coach. And I can say, I'm a mentor too, because I've studied for it. And I'm an actor. And then I have another business. And then you will see later on, when we're going to talk about it, I'm launching a few different other things, because that is what the freedom of expression is. So I'm really pleased about that I've discovered that all of this talent, all of these passions can be explored in different ways and give you different kind of vibes and happiness.
Yeah, but I think it's it's a way of it's a way of thinking. It's a way of feeling. I always say that us as human beings, we are unlimited, and that's how it should be. And
Absolutely.
just go to all the unlimited possibilities you have. Some will succeed and some won't, but the positive and negative belong to this life and belong to everything. There would be no positive without a negative. And it's important that we all know that. But yes, it is true that there are people that don't want to think out of the box. I'm in the box and this is what I am. Well, I mean, you can't force nature to follow its course if it's not following it.
Sometimes, Yassmine, as well, not only the fact staying in the box, sometimes people I see when I talk to students as well, they kind of a bit afraid to say, I am this and that and that. Yeah. Kind of that sense, no, maybe it's too much. I can't say that. I can't be all of that. And a lot of students say, no, you can be much more.
True.
So that is the thing that I love to explore. And then sometimes, as you said, sometimes one thing goes good and you keep going in that field. Say, oh, but that was not really my cup of tea. And you slow it down, but you've tried.
True, true. In 2014, you decided along with Najma to launch your creative agency, 455 Ltd. Okay, 455. Why? Why that?
455 was the time where Najma was born.
Oh, okay.
So that was the time of that. Yeah, that when she was born, and so she decided to. So let's say that looks like unique. I like that way, and then that we went for it.
Yeah, it's cool. No, it is unique. But you know, I'm a very curious person. And
yeah.
I always, ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to know the everything of everything and why. I mean, I wasn't the type of person, and I'm still not the type of person that you can say because that's how it is. No, there is why, and I want to know why.
Curiosity. Yeah, curiosity.
I'm very curious.
That's good.
Sometimes it goes well and sometimes it doesn't. You know, so, well, it doesn't matter. Now, why a creative agency and not a production company?
Because lately we discovered that it works as well as a production company because, you know, we started as a creative duo. Mm-hmm. And then we realized that there were clients and brands, they were coming to us not only for the idea, but they were asking us, can you actually guys do all the work from the beginning, from the idea to development, to the development of the idea and the production and film and things. And so we do that as well. So we cover from the design, directing, editing, post-production, and the production itself. Mm-hmm. So we work, and nowadays, as I was saying, for the other job as an actor, as a coach, you have to be flexible. You know, sometimes someone comes to you only for one thing in the creative agency, say, we just want the idea. Someone tells you, oh, we have the idea. Can you please explore that idea and shoot it and film, and develop it? So, yeah, we are both. But at the base, we are a creative directing duo. And so it started like that, and then it goes in a way, in a direction, and sometimes we work with other productions, so we do co-productions, and so it works both ways.
Mm-hmm. How was its beginnings? Because we're talking about 6 years now.
Yeah, that was really good. Was stronger at the beginning. Because we were like, I think in every business you start wider. Kind of start wider in terms of we were doing more music videos. We did Bon Jovi, we did Lana Del Rey, we did holograms, we did projection, a bit of that. And then kind of the clients, you kind of transform, or you match your business out of the client's request. So we realized in the last period that we were called in action, or we were called in all the time. There were big production with holograms, projection, mapping, animation, which is kind of our area of expertise, because there aren't a lot of people out there that design and direct and work with holograms. So that's why we did a big hologram for the Prince Crown of Dubai, and then we worked with Dita Bonte's, another big brand for Louboutin, and we specialized in, and then projection mapping for a huge big wedding in London. So we kind of went down to that road where people were recognizing us like more specialized in that field.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Why London and not Rome or Milan?
Because Rome, I lived in Rome. I lived in Rome 10 years, where I studied my school of cinema as an actor director. It was good. And then it started after 10 years. I was feeling like tied up in Rome. And I wanted to be more, to confront myself with a more international situation, city. And London looked really good, not that far, because not my other point of view was like, my other direction was like America. But that is like, you will, yeah, I mean, I didn't want to stay that far away from my family, because that is really important, it's really part of my, really important, really present in my life. So I said, okay, London is like 2.5 hours from South Italy. There is still that internationality and cosmopolitan city. And it reminds me a lot of New York, London. Mm-hmm. It has those vibes. And so I said, oh, London it is.
True. How did you and Najma meet?
We met actually on one of the first job that she was doing, because she started 455 straight away by herself. Mm-hmm. And I joined straight after, because we met on a martini job. Oh. She was doing this big hologram for we did a Vontis, and I was the brand ambassador for Martini. Mm-hmm. And it was 2011. I won like this international competition, becoming the new worldwide ambassador for Martini brand, representing the brand worldwide. And we met on an event, and then we started like talking and matching our expertise and things. And we saw, okay, that could work. Mm-hmm. And we started, since then, we started working together and going good so far.
In which language do you consider your creations work best?
I mean, I was a bit upset when I moved to London, because my Italian was really, really good. It is still really good, really good. And I was composing, I published that book in Italian, My Life on a Cactus, so it was really nice and good. And then I started writing for the agency as well in English. Mm-hmm. And I was speaking with Najma every day in English and creating things in English, and you lose a bit the Italian. So you don't progress. Yeah. And so I worked out that when it comes down to poetry, or when it comes down to something which is more as that kind of dreamy bit, that kind of something that you need to give something more, something that to bring the audience in a way which is more romantic. I write first in Italian, and then eventually I translate in English.
Yeah, you have the same input from one language to the other. It's quite difficult.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, I'm really, my English improved quite a lot. So now I don't have any, actually sometimes I find this English more practical. Mm-hmm. And straight to the point, and giving and actually I write presentations in English quite well, and I prefer sometimes to work in English straight away, because it's more international. I can involve more people, and daily I work in English, but I like to go back to Italian sometimes, and to explore some other kind of aspects of the writing.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about your the project that you directed, Worn to Be Seen.
Oh, that was a campaign that we did. That was a campaign that we did with Najma. Mm-hmm. Was a nice campaign from a newcomer lingerie brand that we're launching in London, and we like to support as well a lot. We like to support a lot newcomer talents, Yassmine. Mm-hmm. And, sometimes you start up or newcomer artists, they don't have a lot of money to invest in something, in a product. And we created the whole campaign and the story, this really short movie. Mm-hmm. And I played a little part as well in it, because I want to support this girl that she was studying at the same times, and we like to, that is one of our ways to give back as well to people they are growing their business and starting out. So that was a really nice experience that we produced and directed and created as well.
You are now, correct me if I'm wrong, you are now more immersed in your creativity of your agency and in your life coaching, mentoring. So in a way, although an actor is always an actor, in a way you have just set a little bit aside your acting. Why?
No, simply I haven't said that on the side. I still have my agency representing me in London and in Rome, and I've at the beginning of this year I've shot a Campari campaign, which is a Campari campaign for Italy. It was quite nice, but I still do my castings and interviews or in London or in Italy. A lot of you know how it works, right? You are an actress as well. And I think the last 10 years, the market gone really, really wild and really wide as well. So a lot of pencils, a lot of callbacks, a lot of opportunity, I would say, but at the same time, a lot more people involved. And plus, there's been this setback with the COVID-19, and was been like kind of, and still now it's like kind of slowly getting back. But I'm still on that. I'm still working it, and that's another way of me that I like to show, I like to express, and I really care about that side as well. And I do it as much as I can, and always proposing myself at the best. And then I think when there is the right call for you, that is your call. That is not, nobody else can take it away from you, as it happened with Martini. That was my call. I won a big international casting between 5,000 people because that was what they were looking for. And you remember that we were saying, you need a bit of luck. You need to be in the right place, right moment, the right people that you know, and always be prepared. That is what I say always to the young talent. Always be prepared, because it's better to have an opportunity and be prepared than not to have an opportunity or a lot of opportunities and not be prepared for it. Because that will take away from you, and people, they will remember about you like about he wasn't prepared or she wasn't prepared, and that could be a night. And it can pass a lot of time before a casting director or a director sees you again, because he or she saw you not really prepared, not caring a lot. So I'd rather say always stay on the base, stay at your top, prepare yourself. But in every field, in dance and acting and in music, you have to be at your top. Mostly nowadays, with all the all the people competing for the same thing. So be at your top, go for it, and then if this is the right occasion for you, that will be yours. Nobody can take it away from you.
Okay, this is just a new question that popped out of my head, because I'm really curious, because here in Spain it works also quite different. I don't know how it works in acting schools in Italy. I do know how it works in the United States. So as you know, in the United States, when you go to acting schools, you just don't only learn how to act. You learn how to sing, you learn how to dance, you learn how to do many things. Here in Spain, you don't do this. It's not part of your acting degree or your acting masterclass or nothing. If you want to specialize, the point is that you have to go for it yourself, but it's not part of your acting training. Whereas in the United States, it is. It's part of your acting training that you have to learn how to dance. You have to learn how to sing. You have to learn how to do, have other skills apart from acting. How is it in Italy?
I got what you're saying, and there are some big academy in Italy, like Silvio D'Amico, which is the academy, and there. I remember there were, since ages ago, there were like lessons of singing and some working on the body already. But yes, I got what you mean. And yes, we're not really prepared like American are in Italy. There are more kind of courses like private courses
Okay.
with teachers. They maybe have been in UK, or they've been in USA, and they've studied a certain way. They've studied Grotowski or in another something more kind of, or they studied Strasbourg, and then they try to bring that kind of way of method into Italy. And so in that way you start understanding that there is that. I remember like 20 years ago, you start understanding that it's not about just saying the words that you learned, but it's more about a work of the body, the voice, and expressing yourself, because you're not just an actor.
Yeah.
You are a singer, a player. We saw it with Bradley Cooper as well. You know, you discover many things.
But that's the point, because we are very, for instance, here in Spain, everyone, because I've heard this many times, that, wow, all these American actors and actresses, they know how to sing.
Yeah.
Well, but because it's part of the
training
of the training. It's not just acting and how to move your body when you're acting, and how to breathe, and how to exteriorize what you're feeling. It's also singing. It's also knowing how to do many things.
Yeah.
And it was, I was just curious about this, because here in Spain, I don't know, it's been quite a long that we have been seeing this, but still have not come to the decision of applying it in Spain.
Yeah. Because even in fact, when I study with actors and when I talk to actors as well, the first thing I say is like, if there is not in the school, try it by yourself. Train a different way, because it's getting really competitive out there. It is really competitive. There are people, but it's like there are people in their 10. They dance, they sing, it's like they do it all. So either or you just kind of specialize yourself, and you put yourself in a tunnel really thin, where you are just a juggler, and you juggle, and you try just to juggle all your day and night, and you just create your own technique, and you go just down that road, or you try to beat it all.
Yeah.
So you go and explore different things, and maybe you be a good juggler, and then you can dance better, and then you can sing, and you have more choices, you have more opportunity, I would say.
True. I call these actors Shiva actors, because they have a lot of arms. So.
There is, sorry if I interrupt you, there is an amazing dancer actually connected, Francisco Royas, official. He's an amazing dancer. He's a really good dancer, Francisco. He's following us today. Really, ciao, Francisco. He's a really good dancer.
Well, as I was saying, we should all be a bit of Shiva actors. Okay, tell us about your award-winning theater monologue, I Will Not Go Down From Here. Is this story inspired in a real situation that you or someone close to you has lived? And what does it represent for you?
That monologue was connected with the book, My Life on a Cactus. It was a period of my life where I felt a bit more dark. I felt a bit more tested really hard by life. And when there were, as I said, a lot of things going on. My grandparents died, and my mom, she split up again. So she was by herself. Things that were not going the way I thought they could in acting in Rome. And I was working really hard my way up. And I was like, sometimes I was leaving the car, and sometimes as a writer, you kind of push further. You push a bit more the sensations, like actors, like what if?
Yeah.
And I was a period not that dark to think about suicide, but I was in a period, not really good positive period of my life. And I pushed it further, down that line. And I thought, what if? Because I was seeing as well and hearing on news and things, a lot of people, they were killing themselves. And even other actors or singers. And so I thought, wow, what if this sensation will go down that road more? What could happen? And so that is when I thought about this character, Efisio, this guy that is living all day with his pajama. He's wearing his pajama and he's on his bed, and he doesn't want to go down from that bed. and he stays there, and he actually tells to people, tells to his family, tells to his friends why he doesn't want to go down from there. So I explored that that monologue, and it went really well. And I was called for in Naples on this lovely Napoli Cultural Classic, and I won
you acted in this
I was acting. Yeah,
oh,
I was acting it. I was acting, and I was acting on a scaffolding. You know, this kind of scaffolding that you people use like to paint the house outside, or used to build. Yeah, and it was all set on the scaffolding.
Oh.
And there was this last moment, this last line. He was saying, "What?" He's saying. People, they were shocked about what he was saying. At the end, there was a mattress on the back, right, that you couldn't see, and he was on the scaffolding. He was saying, "What? Why are you so serious? We're not at the funeral yet, right? And even if we were, dark." And I went down on the back.
Wow. And
said, yeah, it was a really beautiful experience, I would say.
Is there anywhere where we can see this?
There were, because at the time, no, they were not using it a lot. I'm talking about, I think, 2009, something like that. And there were not a lot of phone recording that way. And I think there is there are a few on YouTube, actually. There are a few captures from a video that a videographer was taking today. And yeah.
Well, you never know. You never know when you can bring it back to life, and
bring
it back to life. I mean,
absolutely.
It's a very interesting monologue. So, well, you never know.
You never know.
You never know. Okay, it's known that in this industry is hardworking, persistence, having right contacts, and loads of luck. What would you tell your past you and your future you about the situation, where you have come to, how you have come to, and what you foresee yourself in about, 10 years?
The past me, I would say something that maybe I didn't ask myself that much at the time. I would ask, why do you want to be an actor? How that makes you a better person than you are already right now? Because I had a bit of a kind of when I got to the point that I've reached, when I became the ambassador for Martini, when I got that kind of success, because when I started my career, it was like kind of, I want to be an actor because I want to be more recognizable. I want to have more money. I want to be more famous. I want that people know how good I am. And then, so more fame and success, getting more recognizable. And then when I got all of that, that's why I would say if I was asking something in the past to myself, I would say, why do you want to be an actor? I would have asked that a few times.
Yeah, okay.
How that makes you a better person. Because when I got to where I thought I wanted, more fame, newspaper talking about me, magazines talking about me, I realized more money. I realized that was not fulfilling me as much as I thought it could.
Okay.
And then I moved into coaching as well. And that made me feel happy to give back to society and to people. And then the future me, I would say in the future, I will ask to myself, how do you feel a better person now? For sure. Because I've realized, Yassmine, that whatever you do, it's when all the lights go down, wherever it is in a set, in life, when you're by yourself, if there is not that sense of accomplishment within yourself, because you feel good the way you are, and you feel a better person because you are supporting, you're helping somebody else. If it becomes only egoistic, only the ego of you wanting to show how good you are, how many things you can do, that could be in the long term the problem that cripples you as well and makes you feel not fulfilled.
Yeah.
which is, I think, is sometimes the kind of sensation that big actors in Hollywood, even people they had really big problem, they're not here anymore, or singers or other. I think that is a kind of feeling that you get if you're not grounded in a certain way, and if you're not happy about how do you feel, how do you make a better yourself. Oh, this is a lovely actress as well, and model, and was my friend in the campaign, Martini, which is Barbara Orteza. She's from Spain. She's a lovely person. Ciao, Barbara. She's a really, really nice person.
You already anticipating about your job as a life coach. This is definitely your way of giving back.
Yeah, definitely. That is something that after that moment of my life when I did like Martini, I did as well the spy movie. Things were coming, things were moving. I was doing things, and I was doing the things actually that I wanted when I was 20. But I was feeling that something was missing still. There was not that situation. I said, oh, I'm good. Wow, amazing. No, I was always looking for more and more and more and more. And then you are in contrast with a part of yourself, which is like, there is one part of yourself which is pushing you from the front. And you want to chase that part of you. And maybe there is a part of you that actually is not feeling that good because it's not enjoying that as much as you think you could. And then I started seeing and helping people, other actors, giving tips and I was feeling really well. I was feeling really fulfilled, and I was seeing a smile in another person's face was fulfilling me, was making me feel good. Or helping another person to achieve something was making me feel fantastic. So that's why when I said, okay, I'm going to add to my training, coaching and mentoring, so that could be helpful for other people.
Well, I mean, in a certain way, when you're a mentor, a life coach, an acting coach, just, general coach, in a way, it is your own success too when someone else succeeds, because you have helped them reach their goals in the way that there's no such thing as correct or incorrect. It's just the way that the moment requires. So it's not a matter of being correct or not.
There's my dog. There's my dog.
Yeah, I know your dog.
Because my mom is entering my place and he's already gone mental. It's like he thinks that someone is attacking the house. Really? So it's all the time he thinks that someone is attacking the house, so he has to protect everyone.
Okay, so he thinks he's a very big dog.
He does.
Yeah, for everyone who doesn't know his dog is a lovely, lovely Chihuahua who loves camera, loves photograph. Whenever there's a picture of Yuri, he's there in first.
It's true.
Yeah. Okay, so we have 15 minutes left.
Yep.
And I would like for you to talk about your project.
Yes, with pleasure. As we were saying, in this period of my life, I'm really concentrating in my acting as well, of course, because that's my first passion, my first love, and it's still there. And with Najma, we are launching a luxury fashion brand in October, it's called Buzzi Italia. And we're working on the branding. It's going to be a really, really exciting time because we're trying to find a nice, good production here in Italy. So 100% made in Italy, and with an international design, which is going to be mine and Najma together working on that. So we're launching that in October, which is really, really exciting. And a lot of things to do. And every day they become more and more. And plus, I'm reinforcing my presence online with my coaching and mentoring. In fact, not only I work with students one-to-one, in London, I usually do lessons or at the Access Center, or I do lessons in the Soho House circuit. And with all the people that would like to explore their creativity, or to unleash their creativity more and express their full potential. You know, sometimes when there is that blockage, that's the moment that you are at an impasse in your life as a creative, as a person that wants to change the job, wants to do something more creative, wants to connect with his or her creativity a bit more. Mm-hmm. I love to work and walk beside those people to make the change happen faster. Mm-hmm. And so I'm reinforcing my presence online. So not only through my website, which people, they contact me there and they want to do this one-to-one lessons, not live a lot in this period, but mostly on Skype or Zoom, or what the client is better, the client. And I'm preparing this online course made of 2 seasons, and it's how to communicate at your best. Because I've been working communication for 20 years now, and that is my strength, behind and in front of the camera. So I help people that would like to be more consistent in their creativity and in their skills as a communicator. And I like that, all that part. So I'm recording actually at the beginning of September, the course here in my house in Puglia. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be on this Italian platform, which is an international platform, but I will be in the Italian section, which is called Master Business. Mm-hmm. And masterbusiness.com. So my course will be available there in Italian with subtitle in English, but I'll record as well an English version that will be downloadable on my website and on my social media. Mm-hmm. 2 seasons, and focusing really pretty much on that part of how, through knowing ourselves better, knowing ourselves in the different colors, not only in one colors, exploring our talents and desires, how we can then unfold who we really are and how we can give that to people and find our own way, unique way of expressing ourselves. Because nowadays you see a lot of people promising you, and it will be a course which is authority free, meaning there is not one person that thinks to have the authority to say, oh, do this because you will be better, or do this because I tell you that will work. No, it will be a shared space where we could grow together.
There's one thing, and excuse me if I'm interrupting, there is one thing that many people don't know in our business, in the show business, as is to say, we are not only actors, we are creative communicators. Yeah. So in that way, you need to be creative in the full domain of your acting, such as to say, not only that you have to be creative when you act and you communicate, but everything that's behind that, which is your social media, your website, all the events, if you attend or not, how to attend events, etc. See, there's one thing that, for instance, again, sorry if I always use this example, but difference between Spain and the United States is that in the United States, you have a manager and you have an agent. The manager is the person who manages your artistic life, not only work-wise, but also social-wise. And the agent is the one that looks for the job.
Yeah.
Here in Spain, that doesn't work like that. So if you want to be in an event, either you are very known in the media and they invite you, or you just have to start knowing people, get to know people for them to invite you, because otherwise it's not your manager who's going to be doing this. You have to do it for yourself. So I do find this course that you're talking about being more creative with your persona, that is very much interesting, because it will upgrade your acting career, knowing how to move creatively around this area and this zone, this industry, without putting too much or too little in it, because that's an important thing too. You can't just go over the top or just stay under.
Yeah.
And I think that's very important what you're doing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Yassmine. Yeah, that's correct. And as well, another thing, I totally agree with all you said. and creativity and the way you express your creativity and the way you discover as well and unleash your creativity. But most of all, which is really important, sometimes creators or actors or dancers or painters or everyone else in the world, content creators, influencers, whoever, they want to tell a story. They want to say about something about themselves. They want to give emotions, but sometimes the main blockage is they don't know a lot about themselves. So that is the thing. As actors, as a creative, the moment you discover more about yourself and uniqueness, not to be a copycat, because nowadays there are a lot of copycats, meaning, oh, I see that working, oh, I try to do that and I put it there and thinking that that is me expressing myself in that way. No. Because a lot of people, a lot of creative, and I was one of them. I wanted to give vibes, I wanted to give emotions, but I didn't know a lot about myself 20 years ago. I thought I had an idea. When you explore more about yourself, about your body, about training in 360 degrees, stretching your body, expressing your voice, meditating, trying things, you just go, wow, that is the full potential of my body. And then you discover how to properly connect your uniqueness. And people say, oh, actually, I listen to you because it looks like you have something to say. So definitely that is the way I want to work with people and newcomers and actors and artists, discover more about themselves to give the better version, starting from now, not a promise in the future. Starting from now, that what we have is really valuable, like this moment of discovery and opens up new perspectives.
True. Let's go a little bit back now that we already know what your future projects are, and we wish you loads of success along with Najma.
Thank you.
Hoping to see all this soon. Going back as an actor, what are your favorite genres?
I love opposites. I love a romantic comedy, like Ben Stiller type of things.
Yeah.
I love to do something like that. I think that is something that I really think about. It makes me literally like Spy. Like I had that little nice role as an Italian sommelier. That was more like kind of an action comedy. But I like all that part of comedy, romantic comedy, action comedy.
That's your Italian.
Yeah.
That's your Italian blood.
Yeah, and I love
romantic comedy
or drama. Or the opposite, totally the opposite. Yeah. And I see myself as well in a nice historical drama with costumes, like something medieval. I like that actually era. And I did actually a casting now for a Spanish project. Me preguntaron de hablar español en ese casting. It was for a production. They will do this TV series, two episodes, Spanish production for the story of Magallanes. And I was playing this character in the casting of Antonio de Pigafetta. So that's something incredible, you know, the expedition, no? So that I would love that kind of vibes.
How about theater? Haven't you ever thought of it?
Yeah, theater. Yeah, I did a lot of theater. I did a lot of theater too. I did a lot of theater in Rome. In London, it's a bit different because there are, for example, a lot of musical in London, and there aren't a lot of kind of Italian, or because I got casted most of the time as an Italian, as a Spanish, as a French, and so the role are less in that. Okay. But yeah, theater I will love, even though it takes a lot of time away from you between and so sometimes that is where you were saying, yeah, sometimes I go more for the creative direction instead of the theater, so I stay more in that loop of creative direction if I have to choose, instead of going for theater in this period of my life.
But I mean, I do agree with you. The point is that at the end of the day, you really have to do what fulfills you the most.
Yeah.
But again, as you said, at this point of your life, when we are younger, we see things in different ways.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, if you had your 20-year-old Yuri in front now, you would say you were completely wrong. I mean, what you wanted is not what it is.
I was doing a lot of theater even for free when I was 20, you know, this kind of things. Oh, this is a really interesting project. I'll do for free. I don't care. I like to stay on the theater, in theater. I like to stay on stage. I'll do for free.
Yeah, but no, I am a very collaborative person. I like to collaborate. I like especially to collaborate with new beginners, because we all begin somewhere in our life, and we have not to forget that. But not always you're supposed to be giving free.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they don't really value your work.
Even though nowadays, Yassmine, I don't know if you see where the market is going in every field, coaching, everything, everyone is giving that part for free, a lot for free, before you get to the part that people will pay you, which is a really tricky way of making business. That is what a big kind of, actually, you see a bit of actually uncertainty even more, makes grow the uncertainty even more, because if you see out there even big names, if you see even Tony Robbins, like big names in coaching, they always give a lot for free to try and keep the audience that way, and to try to keep the audience involved, and then grab the payment for the course or something. Now imagine if you have to compete with these big people, you are small, and you could keep creating content for free online. This is what I talk as well on my course. You have to be really strong with your mind and your body, because you will be creating content every day almost for free, and you can't compete with the kind of quantity of money that big names have, and quantity of people that big names have as a follower. So it's a big battle between minds and strength.
Yuri, it is a big battle, but I mean, you will agree with me. I mean, I've been in sales for 30 years, and it's just a question of marketing. I always say the same thing. Like I would tell my clients in Italy and anywhere else in the world where I would sell our products, is it all depends on how much benefit you want.
Yeah.
If you have to compete with someone, you have to lower your benefit in order to have people to buy. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do so. Yeah. So you can't. We have to always be aware and of who we are and where we want to go.
Agreed.
And from one point to the other, what how you say what oh my God, herramientas do we have?
Oh yeah.
What tools do we have?
Yeah.
Because sometimes what I have is not what you have, and I will not be able to reach it. So
that's what I was saying, Yassmine, the uniqueness.
Yes,
that's why what I'm saying in the course, let's go back a moment to discover more about ourselves and the way how we could be unique.
True. Well, I'm really sorry. I would love to be another hour talking to you and having everyone just listen to us, and have everyone else ask questions. But we will come back with a Q&A another day. And
more than welcome.
And everyone will be able to ask you questions, and we will have a Q&A for an hour, okay?
More than happy.
I would just love to tell you that, Yuri, it's been a pleasure sharing your afternoon and your experience with us all. And it's been a pleasure to have all of you guys following us, not only today, but always. A big thank you, because without you guys, we would not be who we are. And I just want to tell you guys that you can follow Yuri's career on his social media. I'll put everything with the video. And to remind you that next Tuesday, we will have the American filmmaker, Stephanie Cookie Carson, at Tell Me Over Coffee. So please be very, very responsible. Stay safe. Wear your mask. I just feel like a mom, just telling everyone what they have to do. And as I said, a huge kiss to everyone.
Bless you, Yassmine, and all the audience.
a big abrazo for your mama. And,
Thank you.
And for your little baby. And,
I will.
We will be seeing your little baby next time.
Next time. That is a promise. That is a promise.
Okay? Okay.
Bye-bye. Kisses.
Thank you, Yuri. Thank you.
Ciao, ciao. Ciao.
Bye-bye. Ciao.